The Utopia Project.
Hello and welcome to the Utopia Project. This is a fun little place where we discuss all kinds of stuff. I'm Chucky T and I'm joined each and every week by Jack Magic.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm alright, mate, thank you.
Good.
I'm also joined each and every week by the Permanent Shopping.
How we getting on?
Alright, mate.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, I'm
good.
still good.
Yeah.
Good.
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 And good. And working behind the scenes
Good.
is Mr. Good. It's Good.
Wagwan massive.
Wagwan crew. I fucking love that. I do. I don't know why. I just do.
I guess it puts a pep in my
Yeah,
step.
it gives me all. It's like back when we used to sing the theme tunes.
Yeah, write the theme tune, sing the theme tune.
Yeah.
We should go back to that.
Yeah, we used to sing it, didn't we, at the beginning?
Yeah,
of
sing it
Cars.
live.
It was like,
Live
now
and in your-
stand for the national anthem of Utopia.
God, it's going back, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's
we
live
sing
and in
it.
your face, that,
Yeah,
isn't it? Yeah, but when you tell people, we sing all the theme tunes live. That's not a pre-record. And everyone's like, what? Yeah, it's all sung live. We know all the lyrics. Go for it all.
Yeah.
We don't play nothing. We just sing the theme tune. And they're like, wow.
Do you reckon they're still in your head?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
99%.
Yeah.
I reckon I'd need to have like a kickstart on it, and then
Yeah.
I think it would come out of my subconscious.
Top 11, easy.
It's like,
By the way.
yeah.
I can't remember.
I don't
at
want to
all,
just
but-
start doing a sing song, but
Yeah.
yeah. Sign up to the Patreon and you can see us trying to sing our own songs. I've got pondering some weird shit again.
What's that?
I was having a poo, right, in my house.
Like, it's pondering some weird
Do you
shit.
have any poo in your ass?
Out in my house.
Oh,
It sounds like ass when he says house.
yeah. I was having a poo in my ass.
Yeah, out my ass.
Yeah.
I just started thinking, you'll I don't know if you've ever thought about this. You live in a semi-detached, don't you?
Yeah.
Just ain't neighbours weird? Like having...
Yeah.
Just like amount of times, because like most, especially semi-detached, houses are like mirrored, aren't they?
Yeah.
And I just think, I'm laid in the bath here watching a bit of Yellowstone.
Yeah.
There could be that much bit of concrete, and there's just someone who I don't know naked in their bath
Yeah.
next to me.
Weirdly, I think that
Just
every
doing-
time I'm in the shower, I think there's another person. Right, only off the borrowers.
Did I...
There.
I know I told you off pod. Did I say on pod about when me and John's missus were having a little cigarette outside and the window was open at about 11:30 at night?
You did mention, I don't know if it was on pod or off pod.
Yeah, and all we was... Is that all right for you?
That's crazy.
At least he checked.
Yeah,
At least he
yeah.
checked. See how she's getting on.
It just like the more I think about it, I'm
Mid-match
just like-
review.
Yeah.
it just becomes like I'm in this existential crisis at the moment anyway, that like the world and humanity is fucking weird, but like we all just kind of just accept that other beings live in boxes next to our boxes.
You know what I find
Do you know, like, and it's just like I'm sat here watching telly like this. Like even in this room now, there's people next door.
Just existing.
They're you know, a metre and a half away from us.
You don't know what they're doing.
No.
They could be doing anything.
And it's not that I want to know what they're doing, but I just find it strange because if that wall wasn't there, I'd be like, I'm not hanging around you.
I might
know what I
start
mean?
furiously masturbating
you're
up
right.
against a wall, at any random wall, just because there might be someone on the other side of it and they don't know that I'm doing that.
Stop.
Yeah.
That's a fetish, man. That is
Yeah.
the thing
I
that people
can't
love. Yeah.
remember what comedian it was because I don't want to rip it off because I know it was a different comedian that said it, but it was like, isn't it weird how you're always like yay far away from somebody's shit in their intestines?
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I never really thought about that.
Yeah, if you've
All
like,
four of us are sat in here and we're no more than 5 feet away from each other's shit.
there is
Yeah.
probably a combined total of about, I don't know, 5.5 kilos worth of poo in this
Yeah.
room right now. How
That's
mad is
disregarding all the shit we talk.
it? Yeah, isn't it?
And
I think
it only becomes a problem when it comes out of you.
Why is that? Like,
Yeah.
hang on a minute, because you like if there was a shit on the floor there,
Out of sight, out of mind.
smell. No, not out of sight, out of mind though, because if the shit was there, you'd be like, you'd know.
No, but that's what I mean.
Without seeing it, you'd be like, oh no, there's a shit there, man. 'cause it smells of shit. It's a real bad,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
full on smell. You put that up a little bumhole. vacuum pack sealed, mate, isn't it? Like, what's that about? Like,
But if you put a shit in a vacuum bag and just left it in here, you'd still be like, that's gross.
it can get through pretty much anything
Yeah.
apart from a fleshy arsehole.
Yeah.
If I said to you there is a loose shit in this room,
You'd find it, wouldn't you?
like I've hidden
Shittest
it,
Easter egg
you'd
one
be like,
ever.
that's fucking gross. I ain't going in there.
Yeah.
Even if it's in a Ziploc bag, couldn't smell it, couldn't see it. It was just you just knew there was a turd hidden in here. You wouldn't come in here, would you?
Is that a game?
Tune in next week to find out.
Is that next week's end of show game?
Yeah.
Turn in a
Lucky
bag.
dip.
Turn in a bag.
Where is it? It's under your chair.
It's in your
I think
hat.
that, going back to what you said, I think it'd be a good thing because I used to live next to a cool neighbour called Doug. And Doug
He
and
sounds
Emily,
like a cool
They
neighbour.
were fucking sick. They were our age, and we just got lucky. And they loved all the things we did. So whenever Game of Thrones was on, this is about the time when Game of Thrones were releasing new episodes, I'd hear him just in, no, and I'm like, fucking Game of Thrones, and I'll be over the fucking fence going, no, and me and Doug, we bonded, and I was like, I didn't know him, and then we got invited around the house, and you get pissed up, and equally, it can be sick, but then the other side, we did have students that would like party on a Sunday night.
I feel that I think knowing the person might make it weirder for me.
Really?
Like being close. Do you know what I mean? Like if you was in the house next to me, Sharpie. I mean, I already know. I know more
where
than
this
I
is-
need to know.
I know where
you
this
know,
is
yeah.
going.
I wouldn't be able to settle because I'll be like,
What's he
doing in there?
You know it, though.
Yeah, I know it'll be wanking, but like, I'm just like, I'm trying to have a relaxing bath and it'll just be tarnished with the idea that you're, less than the length of a fucking shoebox away from me. Banging
Never
one
bothers
out.
me now, man. Like I can have conversations, go upstairs in my house, and just be like, oh, I'm just having a little wank, and then come back down. I've done that business. I've got such a separation from it. Like it just does not fucking bother me at all.
One thing I've noticed in the winter, like around our estate, everyone's got like mottled bathroom windows, haven't they? So like if you walk around in winter and it's dark and you see someone's quite blatantly wearing no clothes and about to get in the shower or just got out the shower, but you can see the silhouette of someone there, and I think that's weird. I can see you, but I can't see you. You don't know I'm here.
You sound like
But I'm just looking at you and you're naked.
What are you doing?
Thing is, I
getting
know
rocked
people
up for a viewer.
because I often now, like I used to in the morning, I used to go for my little shower, a regular size shower. There's nothing little about it. And then like
Just tiny little shower.
Yeah, that would be
I crawl into the tiny shower.
so impractical, that isn't it?
Get a bigger one, mate.
yeah.
It's called a sink, mate.
But yeah, I would always have like, I'll put my curtains down, and then I'll just do this because I don't want people seeing me, and then I realise nothing happens, and I'm in my house, so I have my windows like open, and then if people want to have a look, man, then that's your call.
Yeah.
The wang's about, it's just like it's all freeing and that, innit? And then if people get offended by it, just close
Don't
your
look in-
eyes,
don't
man.
look in my window.
Don't look in my house.
Yeah, I'm sure about this conversation.
I think we've all had. Am I right in saying this? None of us went to uni.
Yeah,
No.
twice.
You probably out. You have all of us. I've luckily, touch wood, never had to deal with our housemates. So it's not like I've gone straight in with my missus. Pretty much, I've lived with my parents, then straight in with my missus. I bet it's the same for you two.
I had
Yeah.
housemates.
I live with
You had
housemates
housemates.
now.
You do now, yeah. So like, I don't know if I could do that. I'm all right with living with my missus because we know each other and it's that. But like living with
I
someone
would struggle
like,
with that.
I really like, especially
think-
if they do something and I can't.
I think
if
it's
they're not
difficult to
washing
go
up.
from what you have now to a shared house. I
Yeah.
think that's the difference.
Especially if it's someone random and not someone you know.
Technically,
Yeah,
multiple times.
yeah.
Yeah, you kind of have to though, don't you? I mean, I'd be forced to. But
As
I
with
don't- I
most
wouldn't
things,
like
though,
it.
you are an anomaly to most rules.
Yeah.
But is there a difference though between doing it with someone you know and doing it with someone random? Like
would not
obviously
do it with
you
someone
now
random.
you now have obviously moved in with people you know. You
Yeah.
moved in with people
Yeah.
you know already outside
good
of the
point,
house.
yeah.
If you go to uni, you just turn up and you're
Yeah.
with these people.
I did-
Happy meeting them.
I did do that, to be fair, but I think it's because we was all going to uni at the same time.
I suppose
it
you
wasn't
have
just
that
strange
common
paedophile that I
ground.
didn't know
Yeah.
that's going to be living in the house.
Yeah.
Like,
You
it-
chose to live with them now.
Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly. But no, to be fair, I did know one of them who was on my course, and we went to Norwich, so I knew this girl, and so we was living in the same house, and there was two other people that I didn't know. But you know how you said like deal with housemates, that they dealt with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's still the way now for you, which
Yeah.
is good.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
can deal with your house.
But I've become very accustomed of just
Yeah.
like
I think
doing it.
if you trawl, those listening at home, if you trawl back through our back catalogue, you'll hear probably quite an in-depth story about my time at Norwich with you.
Yeah.
Experiencing your shared house.
Yeah,
It was,
100%. Do you remember the door fell off?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just fell
That
off.
was the least of the problems of that place.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have we got a sponsor, boys?
We do have a sponsor.
Oh, yeah.
This week,
Hell yeah.
the Utopia Project is sponsored by WPAA.
Okay, so the Utopia Project this week is sponsored by the WPAA.
The fuck is that?
Right, well, I'm going to tell you, shut the fuck up.
All right,
anyway, so it's sponsored by the WPAA, and what it is it's a community that is based for a safe space for talking, okay? So you've got your Alcoholics Anonymous, you've got your Drugs Anonymous, you've got any other anonymouses things as well, so people can sort of talk and then realise you're not on your own.
Pokemon Anonymous.
Yeah, 100%. And when I found this, I couldn't not share it because I thought, wow, this has sort of touched me a bit, appropriately. It's touched me, but basically it's Water Parks Addicts Anonymous. Okay.
I know where this is
Right.
going. Yeah.
So, well, you would because I've just told you.
Yeah.
So it's an uncomfortable situation to talk about. I will talk about my own experience.
Do you want me to kill the bed
with
for
it.
you, mate?
I can't even hear it anyway.
Do you want me to
I've
kill
not
the
had-
sound bed? Because I feel like it's...
It's going to be a bit serious, all
Yeah,
right?
all right, I'll
Because
kill that.
we're not going to laugh at any addictions at all. But I realised the other day I'm a water park addict anonymous. Okay,
Just a water park addict or a water park addict anonymous?
anonymous.
Well, you're not,
person.
categorically, you're not anonymous by the fact that you're putting it on here
Shut up.
and telling us.
Right, I feel this is going to be a while.
Yeah.
Let's not get bogged down in too much.
I'll get
semantics.
straight to the point by not doing that at all. Anyway, so basically, it's I'll take you back to last week when I was gearing up for a fix of a water park. And I was so excited to go.
I thought we weren't going to laugh. What? We're not allowed to laugh. It's
I'm not
serious.
laughing, David.
It's, yeah,
We
but
listen and we don't
Don't
judge.
judge.
also
Good.
when it's you can't say the M word unless you're black. So it's my thing, so I can laugh and you can't laugh.
Okay, got it, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I was gonna go to the water park, man, and I was gearing up again for a fix. I've not had it since last year. It's been a while. I could never get it off my mind. I was scratching. I was itching. I was ready to go down some slides and be wet in the water. And it fell through. I didn't go. I couldn't cope with it. I couldn't cope with it so hard that I had to buy a hammock instead, just to make myself feel better with money I ain't got on my credit card. All right, I can't pay my credit card off now, and I've got to do a balance transfer because I've run out of time. I've ruined my life, all because I couldn't go to the fucking water park. All right, so this group is going to help you be all right with not going to the water park. Because at the moment, if you're a water park addict, mate, and you get let down and you can't go to the water park, you might as well kill yourself. Because that's how it feels. Ironically, you don't go to the water park, but you want to drown yourself. Real bad in that, man. It's like just you want to rack up a line of slide, mate, on that fucking little dinghy. All right, and it's such a good day out, but unfortunately, it becomes a dependency. We can't be having dependencies, can we now? So
Can we get a bag of wave pool?
no, bag of wave pool, mate. It's a big wave pool. You're taking the piss in here. This is serious shit, man. I was so unhappy with the situation to the
I know
point
you
where
were.
I've now got a mental health assessment next Wednesday.
Wow. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is not a joke.
No, it's not a joke. I was concerned. I am concerned.
I mean, it's great content, but it isn't a joke.
It's not a joke. Again, it's the only time I can actually be funny now. But anyway, so we're all going to meet up to talk about all the things that we want to disattach ourselves from at the water parks. Okay,
The rubber dinghy rapids bomb.
yeah, I mean, the rapids, mate, they're just, it's worse than crack, to
Yeah.
be honest. But we meet up every other day at, we do exposure therapy, so we meet up at Loro Park. Not Loro
Nearer Park.
fucking Siam Park in Tenerife every other day. All right, and if
So can I just interrupt real quick? I know, I just want to... How does this make you feel?
Oh, I've been down that slide more times than I'd like to admit. I have been to rock bottom, and at the bottom here you are wet, mate. All right, and you go down quick. I tell you, it doesn't take long before you slide down that slide, and your life's in the shitter because you can't let go of fucking those rubber dinghy rapids, my
The problem
friend.
with water parks is it's literally a downward spiral.
It's always there's no way up. To be honest with you.
Have you ever not had enough money to pay for a water park and you had to break in or just get wet in your bath?
Like tunnels under the fences.
I've not done that, unfortunately, but I have, like I said earlier, true story, had to make myself feel better by buying a hammock and put myself in a lot of debt because of it to deal with the sadness of not being able to get
Why
to the
don't you just
water
get in a
park.
bath instead? Same thing.
No, it's not the same thing
Go
at
swimming?
all.
That's like this pizza at home, Jack, isn't there?
Go swimming.
Got chalk ices in the
Go
fridge.
swimming. That's like, surely swimming is like methadone for water park addicts.
It is, but you don't like methadone.
Go in the kids' pool.
Yeah, but like
Kids pool got good slides.
methadone will get you off the smack bait, but it ain't ever going to be smack, is it? And when you've got a water park on your doorstep, it's hard to fucking go for the healthier option, isn't
What
it?
They do
water
say
park
it's a
have we got,
rich
though?
man's drug, don't
We
they?
have got, I forgot what it's called, Thorpe Park Lakes. It's where they do the water skiing, and I know it's every inch and every obstacle, and I know exactly every part of it, and I have the best time there. And I couldn't go last week, and I realised I've got a problem with water parks. So, Water Parks Addicts
What water parks
Anonymous.
is it? One of them like inflatable courses or something?
Yeah, in the lakes. That's what I just said. Yeah.
Jack's like, should we go?
It's not an actual water park,
Jack's
though, it's like an
starting to
inflatable
twitch
thing, isn't it?
So we are meeting for the Water Parks Addicts Anonymous every other day, like I said. But also there's an open invitation. I'm going on Saturday. John said he'd take me because he was sad that I was sad. At
No,
the
he
time.
did, like he was your dad.
Yeah, pretty much. My friend Dave from work is coming as well.
Yeah.
So he said he likes what I said. He gave us a lift the other day. He saw us coming back from Hobbycraft, and he said, "Oh, look,
Trying to
where
build a
you-
model water park.
yeah. Exactly, yeah. I just needed to fucking feel that rush, man, but I couldn't get it. But no, his mum picked me up in the car because he was like, "Oh, you're going home?" I said, yeah. So I got in the car, it was silent for a bit, and I said, "Dave, how are you with water, mate?" And he was like, "Oh,
Yeah, I'm
like a
great. I
bit-
drink loads of it.
Oh, yeah, well, similar thing, but I said, yeah, how are you with water, Dave?" And he said, "Oh, I like it." I was like, "Are you into water parks at all?" "Oh, yeah." And he's like, "I don't mind a water park." I was like, "Do you want to come with me on Saturday, please?" I will look for any excuse to get to a water park, okay? It's become a real fucking problem. Like, you know, at the time, I'll get in some stranger's car, just ask them if they want to go to a water park. It puts you in dangerous, vulnerable situations.
Do you go to water park Saturday, mate?
I am. Do you want to
Yeah.
come?
Yeah.
I want to come, yeah.
More the merrier.
I
Yeah.
thought we're supposed to be staving this addiction. I thought
Yeah.
that's the point of the sponsor, isn't it?
I suppose to Dave a lot of addictions, but I talk myself into it, don't I?
I can't go Saturday, I'm far too
It's a
busy.
good advert, I guess.
Exactly. I forgot what's going on with the sponsor now. I made that shit up, but I am going to the water park. If anybody wants to come, Thorpe Water Park in Lincoln on
He
Saturday.
went last week.
Saturday, yeah, he went.
Oh, fucking hell, yeah.
This
It's time
this
travel,
comes
innit?
out the following Sunday.
If you want to go next week,
I'll be there every day.
let me know because I just can't get enough.
You're
of
growing
it.
What
gills,
happens
aren't
to
you,
you,
mate?
you when you get there? You got there. You get dressed. You come out. Do you just? Is it like you lose your head for an hour, 2 hours?
You see how I am when I get off of a bike?
Oh, you're just there.
I'm off my tits, mate. I'm not sure on what, just on water parks. And,
Do you
yeah.
remember it after, or was it a blur?
Vaguely, I always make sure as well, like you get an hour or 55 minutes and then you can pay a bit more money and you can have another hour. And then I always pay for the another
You have to wear
hour.
life vests and shit.
Yeah, and a helmet because it's dangerous. And
Is it just you that wears the helmet?
No, unfortunately not. I mean, I don't wear a wet helmet.
You and
biking,
children.
But yeah, there are children that do it. And I'll be honest, I'm usually the oldest that goes. But I will never give up my youth, to be honest with you.
Is there an actual water park in the UK?
You mean like a
Like an actual, like them
Yeah, Donny
things?
Dome, isn't it?
That's not a water park.
Not a
though,
water
really.
park. It's
It is
a
a
big.
water-
That's fancy pool. That is.
Yeah,
Those slides and that, isn't it?
yeah. But I know what you're saying. Like an
Like an
outdoor-
actual, like a one in, like
It's
a
not
one in
worth
Spain.
having
No,
here, is
probably
it?
not because it's not warm enough. Is
Yeah.
it, on the
Closest thing is probably something like Donny Dome. Them sort of places, like a complex, still indoors.
Centre Parks probably have them, don't they?
But yeah, so I don't know where the sponsor went, to be honest.
But yeah, buy yours now.
Yeah, buy 7 watt pumps for the price of 4. I don't know.
Yeah.
You're not getting a
Tim.
discount code because I've just. Oh God, I can't stop thinking about it, man.
Yeah.
Fucking what them inflatables, man.
Yeah.
It's fucking great, and they dye the water blue to make it look more like a beach.
Well, that's
Sounds
boring.
great.
I've got a pet peeve, but
little
actually
something.
I've got 2 things on here, and another one is actually more of a question I was going to ask, and I'm going
We'll
to say
pick one. We've
right.
got time for one.
We've got time for one. Okay, it's a question I want to ask. All right, if someone spoke to someone about work today, and I thought, yeah, okay, we had a good convo about that. 250 grand, right? For you, that you can have that.
Cheers, mate.
You can have that now. All right.
Cheers.
But at the end of your life, your body now belongs to a gentleman. Don't know what he's going to do with it, but you're going to be dead.
Yeah.
He might be put in a museum. He might make taxidermy, or he might make you like a statue of a lawnmower or something. I don't know what he's going to do with it. Whatever he wants. He owns your body, corpse. Afterwards, he can do whatever. I'm not saying what he can do. I have not asked him, but he's willing to pay you 250,000 British English pounds
Right
today.
now.
For at the moment of your death, you do not get put in the ground. He can have years as whatever.
Deal.
Yeah, deal.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit.
No, I'd want more.
No. Don't be greedy.
I'm not being greedy. I want more.
Yeah. What
Come on,
would
my
be
body.
your figure then?
I value myself more than 250 grand.
I'm not my
Just your lifeless,
Jack,
mouldy
I'm not my
corpse.
body, dude. I'm not.
Yeah.
this.
Yes, here we go.
Yeah,
Here
but
we go.
when I signed up for the organ donors register, right? And everybody does now. I think it's a great thing when you
You
get
let that go for free.
when you get a driver license. Exactly, but that's going definitely to some use. Me going to this random old dude to fuck me is not.
One,
You're getting £250,000.
Yeah, I'd rather help someone.
no, but
That's
this isn't
actually quite
this isn't the
admirable.
point. This isn't the point because obviously it's way better to be an organ donor. But
Mm.
I'm on about £250,000 to you today, and realistically, to me, I'm like, I get 250 grand, and I'll know none the wiser what happens after.
Yeah, if organ donors ain't a thing, I ain't interested. I'd want more.
So you sell a pair of shoes on Vinted, someone says I give you 10 quid, and you go, no, I want 100 grand.
No, 'cause shoes
Two
is
different
different to my
things.
actual
Yeah,
body,
that's-
isn't it?
Yeah. What does Vaughn say? Apples and
Apples and oranges.
pears.
Yeah, but shoes, like, you're still alive to experience that and all this sort of stuff. Like, once you're dead, you're dead. It's £250,000. That's a lot of money.
I'd want more.
What's your price?
£1,000,000.
£1,000,000 quid.
Why?
I want it to be a
Why?
life-changing
Why?
amount of money.
Why?
250 grand pay off a mortgage, meh, whatever.
Why?
That is life changing.
Yeah. Not have a mortgage.
Yeah, no, but I don't want to have any spends.
Anything. 20 quid
Are you
is
bothered,
technically
like,
life changing because you've got
You're not here to
£20
see
more.
what he's going to do.
Realistic.
Don't care.
Realistic facts, right? He says, "I'm
He might
not."
fuck me and do weird shit.
You
I
know,
don't,
but
You're not gonna know.
don't care. Don't want him to.
But like, what? Like, I'm telling you, like,
Why is this a problem?
Right, you're right. This
Why
is-
doing that, you horrible bastard? Just let him fuck you for 250 grand. It's a question.
It's a question
not alive.
It's a question that I've asked.
he might put in your box. It might be like Buzz Lightyear with his Mrs. Nesbitt when he's doing the tea set in there.
Yeah.
You don't know what he's going to do.
Exactly. I don't want to do that.
Drinking down,
Yeah,
down,
yeah.
cheese.
Well, for £1,000,000, knock yourself
but
out.
what
Do
I'm
you
saying
like?
is, he's going, I'm not giving you £1,000,000, you greedy bastard.
Yeah.
I'm giving you £250,000.
Yeah. And my response
and
to that,
you're gonna
Sharpie,
say,
yeah.
keep your 250
Yeah.
grand.
My response to that's going to be, you know what that's going to be? Yeah.
What?
Well, you want all of this. I'm the one with the body, mate. You can get more money. Get more money.
Yeah.
That's
Get
fine.
more- let's
To
not
buy
get
my
more
body.
money. Let's get more money.
Supply and demand. I have the fucking product. He has the demand.
Screw that. We're not doing podcasts tomorrow. We're just
Yeah.
going to go get more money.
No.
Yeah, but
Are you
he said-
concerned about what he's going to do? Like what?
For
is the
250
fear?
grand, yes.
a million.
do you know how that
a
looks?
million
You can't be concerned.
Can
You'd be
I-
dead. You wouldn't be
A
concerned about
£1,000,000
nothing.
negates my concern.
Yeah, but this,
You're not getting £1,000,000. That's too much money. You ain't got £1,000,000
that's
quid.
still.
You ain't getting my body then.
Hang on. That still doesn't make sense because.
Why didn't it make sense?
I get what you're saying.
Because
Yeah.
it's not about.
I understand.
Yeah,
I
right,
understand the point that I will be dead and I won't know. But
Whether it's 1,000,000 or 250, he's still doing something to your body. That
exactly.
point still stands.
I've got-
so
like,
at least I want to be like so exactly. So if there's a chance that he's gonna be doing some fucked up shit to me, alive or dead, whatever. I don't, beside the point. If there's a chance that he's gonna be doing some fucked up shit to me, I won't compensate for that.
Yeah, you are. You're getting £250,000.
That's not enough.
No, right. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, sweet. £250,000. But
You have
Jack has a point of, well, this guy really wants this. So
Yeah.
for some reason, worth my while.
And-
man.
and also-
this
also-
scenario isn't like a negotiating, but it doesn't exist. I'm just saying it's 250 grand.
And also,
so his answer then is no.
All right. Finish podcast now. No more talking from nobody.
I think
I'd do 100 grand. Easily.
I'll probably do 100 grand.
I would negotiate. I'm with
my
you.
thing-
I'm going,
Yeah.
let's do $1 million. And he'll go 500,000. I go 750. And then if he goes
yeah,
6,
you come down too quick now, mate.
well, see, this is
If
the
he goes
thing.
6, I go, okay, deal,
950.
6.
Yeah, so we played a game at the weekend that someone introduced me to, right? And they basically said, like, what's your lowest, right? And what they do is someone will give you a task. So, like, for argument's sake, I would say, like, we did it as an example, as there was an ashtray in the middle of the table, public ashtray, and it had like 10 or 15 fags in it. And he was like, how much to eat that? Right? And then the goal is not for you to give a price, but for you to be gestured with a price, and then they keep going down until you say,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. So, like, as an example, then, used ashtray here.
Yeah.
How much for you to eat that? Million quid.
£1 million. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then you go.
And you go, yeah.
Yeah.
And then I will go 750 grand. And my
Yeah.
goal is to get you as low as I can.
yeah. £5.
Fiver. Straight away. That's exactly what I said. So
I'm making some money.
I said, I've eaten one for a £5 and there's about 70 quid's worth
I'll
left.
do it for the life experience.
Yeah.
Job was like, you can get paid for this.
I can't imagine it. I can't do stuff like eating things. I'm terrible.
Yeah.
Anything in my mouth, I can't.
I'm like
so
that. I
it's-
always throw real easy about stuff, man. I can't do it.
No, I'm not eating an ashtray. Yeah.
No, it's made of glass, usually.
Not the actual ashtray, the contents of.
The fag ash and the butt.
Oh, I'd do that for
It's all been rained in as well, so it's all like, all that tarry water in the bottom.
tar soup.
Good soup. Imagine glugging all them fag ends down. A few filters.
Oh, there's a lump there.
Few little lumps of tar. Some water just to wash it down with.
What is tar, really?
You know that brown tar water?
No.
I know that sliding down your gullet.
No.
A loose
not
Rizzler.
very
I'll
well.
gag. I'll throw up.
A loose Rizzler and some backy. Just look. Imagine the taste of tobacco.
I can't do it.
Crunching them filters down. Lovely.
On that note,
Dave's going to be sick. Yeah.
let's have a little break, shall we?
Yeah, should we get a guest in?
In a bit.
Utopia Project.
Now then, everybody, hope you're enjoying this week's show. We just wanted to take a little bit of a moment to ask you to do us a massive favour. We've noticed on the stats that there's plenty of people watching this show and listening, and you all seem to love it. But one thing you haven't done, if you can take the time just to smash that bloody subscribe button on our YouTube. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers now, so we're really pushing it, and we would love for people to just press that button, help us out. It's free, it costs you absolutely nothing. It'd be really great if you could support the show that way. Another way to do it, if you're a listener or on Spotify, then press the follow button and help us pump them numbers up as well and give us a little review and stuff. Yeah, it's absolutely amazing that you all watch this show as free best mates that just wanted to have a bit of a chat and all that. The fact that people tune in every week is absolutely phenomenal, and we couldn't be more grateful. But if you could help us just push those numbers, sends it to more and more people around the world, and it's absolutely phenomenal. Anyway, enough of me rattling on. Enjoy the rest of the show. Belter!
Utopia Project.
Welcome back to the show. If you are enjoying today's episode, don't forget you can subscribe to our Patreon for as little as £1 a month, where you will get 48-hour early access to all of our public stuff, and you'll get the uncut, unedited, uncensored, fancy pants episodes. You'll also get an extra exclusive episode every month, and whatever exclusive extra bits we do. We get a discount on merch as well, Sharpie, don't we?
You get a discount on merch. We've got loads of wares on there. We've got hoodies, t-shirts, hats, condoms, a lot, mate. Whatever you need, it's
Condoms,
all
that's
ready to go. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And you've added that, have you?
Well, yes.
Used or unused?
What?
You...
Well, I don't sell the used ones anymore. I wish that was a joke.
Condoms sold separately.
Yeah, we've just done a exclusive that's coming out. I think it's probably come out yesterday if they've got the timeline right.
Yeah.
With old Papa T on.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we got him to tell stories about him shagging and that.
It was a good laugh.
Yeah. Go on, Dad. Talk about your knob. Sign up and get a load of extra bits and bobs. Thank you very much. In the studio today, joining us is Televised Mind.
Great to see you. Thanks for having us.
Hello. How are we doing?
Very well. We've been watching your show, so thanks for having us on.
2 more fans.
Yes.
We'll do more now.
Yeah.
Hyped up and in the zone.
Yeah, yeah. I think you guys followed us on Instagram, and then I was like, "Who's this?" And I had a look, and I was like, "This is fucking sick." And I think I sent a message within about 15 minutes after listening to everything you had on Spotify. I just went, "You're fucking sick. Come on my podcast, please."
Yeah. I'm ashamed to say I do spend a lot of time on Instagram, more than I would maybe care to admit. But everyone knows now. But yeah, we became aware of your podcast, and I was saying I watched the Tom Stade one.
Yeah.
And that had me hooked. So it's just great to be here and come on and let everyone know a little bit about our story and our escapades up to now.
Yeah.
By all means.
So how did it start then?
So going back, I think it was coming up to 4 years ago now. I started writing songs completely by accident, and I've been winging it ever since.
By accident? You just start writing down your shopping and go, "Oh, fuck, I've wrote a song again."
Yeah, that's it.
He went to get bread and milk, come back with his fucking song. It's a 4-track EP I've done now.
Yeah, just song, bread and milk.
It just kept happening. I'd go to the shop and come back, and before I knew it, I had another song. But I've not written any about groceries. Maybe that's one for the future. So what it was, I was in lockdown like a lot of us, and I'd taught myself to play guitar as a young teenager, and I sort of stopped and started, and I couldn't actually like sing and play guitar at the same time. I still can't. But I thought, right, I've got like 7-10 days, I think it was, in isolation. I'm going to do something that's productive. So I started playing other people's songs. When the lockdown eased, I started going to open mics and all that. And one day, one of my friends, I was coming off a night shift, and this friend of mine, who won't mind me mentioning this, he's called Josh. He was talking at me, and I just really needed to go to bed.
Me and Sharp has been there several times.
And it put me in a mood, and I don't mind saying. And I wrote this song called "Leave Me Alone," which as
was that in front of him then?
No. So I went out.
You've inspired me. Leave me the fuck alone.
One of the things about me is sometimes I'm too polite, and I was overly polite with Josh. And I just let him do his thing and tore my head off. And then I went into my room, and I just had a bit of angst in me and wrote this song. So I have him to thank for it. And after that, it just kind of snowballed from there. I just kept writing them. But I wanted to be in a band. I played solo for a couple of years. I was playing acoustically. Really enjoyed it, but I wanted to be a part of something. And just try and create. So I felt like we needed a band to elevate it. That's how we sort of got to this point. I met James in the local music scene. I was aware of him like from around the time I first started. And the band,
infamous, you see.
Yeah.
Oh, well, he said it, so I didn't have to. But so we started the band a couple of years ago. There've been a few different people in the band who were all very good. It just, for whatever reason, didn't work out, like things don't in life. And now we've got what is looking like our consistent lineup for the future. So we're in a good spot now. We're practicing all the time, and we'll see where we end up.
Yeah.
Look, a few gigs coming up and EP on the way, and
So funnily enough, we've got one tomorrow night.
Probably would have happened by the time this comes out.
Yeah.
If you were there, how do we do?
Well, we've got a guest from the future.
This man's from the future.
Well, technically the past. I don't know. Depends who's watching.
Yeah, fully enough, I do have a song where I reference time travel. I'm into a lot of stuff like that, like sci-fi.
How do you
type
do it?
stuff.
Travel's time.
Yeah.
What do you right? Sorry about this.
You say that all the time.
How does he do what?
Time travel.
I'll tell you what, if you find out, let me know.
Podcast is making a joke.
Well, can you stop that, please?
Yeah, sure.
Just backtracking quickly. I heard you say you was too nice for your own good to tell your mate to shut the fuck up. So instead, you wrote a song about him and put it on the internet.
Well, that's it. It's unreleased. So,
Right.
Coming soon.
I do find myself at times writing about, certain people I cross in life and things like that. And it's not that I'm not afraid to say what I think to people.
Yeah.
And that can be to your detriment in life.
I feel you.
But through music, you can sometimes express things.
Without pissing people off.
Yeah, in a way.
I like it.
Don't get into music. I'm too fragile for that.
I'm thinking more.
I've already written several songs about you.
Don't show me.
I'm thinking more. If next month we see on Spotify, I got a new album, mate. It's called This Podcast Shit.
I think I'm from the past because I saw that joke coming a million years ago, mate.
I think I might know who that's about.
Borny.
Yeah, you. You ruined it.
The show.
Nah, I'm sure we'll only have good things to say.
That's good.
If a song comes out about a podcast, you'll know it's about you.
Yeah.
And
It'll be about Joe Rogan. What we're going on next week.
Yeah, you'll know it's about you because it'll be really complimentary.
That's
real nice.
I love this, man.
Yeah.
We're just going to suck each other's dicks. And then we're going to put it on the internet and go, come and watch this.
Come and see how good we look.
Well, speak for yourself.
What was the process with the EP and stuff then? So is that like a home studio or is that?
So we worked with a producer called Tate Nichols, who originally was based in Manchester, and he's moved down to London now. And we've done 5 songs with him, which forms our debut EP, which is called Masks. And that's going to be out on the 4th of July. We've got a vinyl and whatnot, so there's different options if... I'm not trying to plug it, by the way.
Plug it. Man. That's what you eat.
Buy our stuff.
Good ass stuff.
Yeah, James can be the plugger.
Yeah. If you could just do that for the next hour.
You felt like a vinyl man.
Buy our shit.
Are they like the sort of standard black ones, or because I've seen you can get all crazy colours in that now, can't you? You can do all fancy ones.
Well, we found out about this website. It's called Elastic Stage, and it's really cool because it basically does everything for you. And, for a small band that, aren't millionaires, they make it very cost effective and the product is very good. It's awesome, actually. It's got our own design on it that somebody called Max Brown and Nathan Brown did. They're brothers. So we're really proud of it. And, we're looking forward to that coming out. But, in terms of how we recorded it, we did it across 3 separate sessions. We didn't mean to. It's just kind of the way it panned out. We did a couple of songs in Manchester, a couple down in London, and then we did one more in... Oh, no, we did one in London and 2 in Preston, didn't we?
Yeah.
Okay, so it was Manchester where you were kind of based before then?
No, so we weren't based there. It was... I just... became aware of him again online on Instagram, and I just had this gut feeling that he was going to be the right producer for us for what we wanted to,
like the additional member of the band sort of thing.
Well, I have to say he is like another member of the band. I would say he's like a musical genius. He just he's kind of like a filter. Like he knows what's good and what's not. And he's really objective and straight to the point and doesn't mince his words. And I like that because I appreciate honesty.
Yeah.
And if he thought something was no good, he would say. We didn't always agree. It's not to say
that's the point, though.
Yeah,
isn't
but
it?
I think that's where
arguably.
like it grows.
Yeah.
If you've got someone who's just like, yeah, mate, it's good, it's good. You let off your leash almost too much to barrel down the road. You were saying earlier, Dave, weren't you, about you and Jimmy making music? You both kind of need each other to kind of
100%.
yeah.
For sure. Yeah, it's quite. I don't know. I'm a bit passionate about music. It's kind of especially when you've done it and then you've got to have so much rapport with somebody. And then, long story short, like ours ended not like on the worst terms, but definitely it wasn't the best. And then we're doing another project now, which isn't music. And then you come back to do it with somebody again. We have toyed around with the idea of making music again, but it's weird. It's like intimate in a weird way. Not like sexual intimate, but like, you know what I mean? I don't know what it is for me. And we're both like, should we make music again together? I don't know.
I suppose the biggest thing, because I've never really done that properly, but I suppose doing it, especially like as a band, it's, and maybe so like with yours, it was more sort of 2 or 3 people, wasn't it? Having multiple people working on one thing.
It's hard.
Like we
Personal
find it with
preference,
this, don't we?
isn't
Yeah,
it?
the amount of times we've said, oh, well, I think we should do this. And then the other two are gone, oh, maybe do something else. And then you immediately think, oh, fuck this shit. But like, it's difficult for everybody to have their creative input and something good come out of it that isn't just a mishmash of shit.
Especially when there's no full true end goal of what that is.
Yeah.
You know, like it's not like you're sitting down with an IKEA flat pack, is it? And you've got instructions and you're like, right, we're building a table.
Yeah.
Anything creative, everybody's got their own different end goal in their head and where they want to take it. And
There's no right or wrong in creative endeavours, but everybody's got their own version of right and wrong.
Yeah.
And you've got to find a common ground between that. And if you can find people with a common ground, more often than not, probably it won't happen every time, but then that's when you know you got something that you can move forward with, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think we'd be lying if we'd said we hadn't had like some like heated discussions at least about like what we're doing on this and things like that. And but you have to really try not to. I think we're getting loads better at kind of putting differences aside and saying, look, I don't think that was very good, or we need to work on this. And everybody else going, yep, fair enough.
Yeah, well, you're a team, aren't you, at the end of the day?
Yeah.
So it's similar to being in a band.
Yeah.
I think of it as being in a team. And I think sometimes just in society now, like healthy disagreements are kind of, they're not a bad thing. And I think sometimes people are afraid just to have a conversation about something.
Live in comfort zones, don't they?
Yeah, and sometimes it's okay if you talk and you say something that's stupid or something that's incorrect.
Thank God.
If you've got a bad idea, it's okay. But I think there's a lot to be said for somebody and people who are willing to go out on a limb.
Yeah.
Personally, I have more respect for people that are willing to do that and make mistakes and quote fail, because to me that's just part of life. So I personally think that's really important. And if you find people like that in life, whether it's a podcast, a band, whatever it is, I think you've got to hold on to that. And
it's definitely hard to find those people.
Yeah, I feel really lucky because I've only been doing this a relatively short period of time. And I really feel like I've got that, and we have that now. And the thing is, because I started off as a solo artist, originally it was, I don't want to say it was all about me, but it kind of is, isn't it? But I really didn't want it to be.
Do you find it hard sort of sidelining the quote-unquote ego of that a little bit, because it's like, rather than it being like
that's a good
Televised
question.
Mind,
Like if you was to refer to it as like your band or like your podcast.
Yeah, but it's my podcast. No, I will die on that hill.
We had a discussion last week, didn't we, about what a front man is and what that means and whether that exists or whether it should exist and stuff. I mean, do you guys sort of have like an equal level, or would you say like a front man, or how would you sort of...
Probably the member of the team needs to do it.
It's getting to a point now where in rehearsals we will talk about like who's going to say something in the mic during this song and this song. Like we'll write an entire set list down on a whiteboard and go, right, between here and here, who's going to say something. And like sometimes it's spontaneous, sometimes like if we're not quite there yet on song transitions and there's a bit of an awkward pause, I'll go, fuck it, I'll just chat some random shit down the mic now. Like, it's way... I think what I found is it's easier being a front man when you're doing local gigs rather than not so local gigs. So whenever we play Lincoln, 9 times out of 10, all of our friends are there hammered. So normally someone will shout something and we'll just respond, and it just turns into sort of like this weird fucking almost half comedy show. But then anytime we play somewhere like Sheffield, it's like, because they've not really heard of you that much, and if they don't respond, it's like, oof, fuck.
You're just getting nothing.
Stay, you're up, mate.
I'm for a long
You're in charge now, mate.
in for a long night here, boys.
It's his band.
It's not my band anymore. It's all yours, Steve.
I'm a session musician. You're shit. I'm a session musician. Session musician.
This is when he needs it to be.
I was called in last minute. Don't look at the Instagram.
Where would you say is your best place that you've gigged? Like, just as a generalised term that you were like, that was sick. That.
I suppose for each of you as well.
Yeah.
Southside for me. When we headlined Southside last November,
Southside.
that was it's further down there.
He pointed left.
Church Hall down near South Park. So it's a 200 caps Church Hall, and it was absolutely rammed. And got our own dressing room, our own fridge for the beer. Support acts had all the beer, but it was the first time where we were like, shit, actually feel like a musician here. Like, had our own private area. It was even roped. Some parts were roped off where only we could go in, and we were like, this is all right. This
It was a fucking real deal. Yeah. You get a lanyard or something.
I wish.
I can go anywhere.
But, it was the most like quote unquote rock and roll night I think I've ever had, because we had that and then played to a fuckload of people in that church hall. Then afterwards, you and I went out into town and stayed out till like fucking 7.
Giving it the big uns, living it large.
My last memory of that night was just sitting in scene at like 6:45. Just everyone sat around me, it's daylight, and I'm like, what am I even doing right now?
Did you find it quite addictive, that whole feeling of that, I suppose we go like you put in all the work and that them little payoffs, you're like, wow, this is dopamine from it, and you're like, oh, we need more of that. Yeah.
And like, if you're going into work like the next day, fuck me, that
What a downer.
that brings you down to earth.
Everyone's like, James, can you pack these boxes? Who the fuck do you think I am?
Yeah, I work here or something, dickhead. I'm a musician. I had a complimentary fridge last night. I had a red rope with a hook on it.
I actually did a shift like that once. What happened? We did some brilliant gig. It wasn't Southside. It was some other night where we packed it out. Literally the morning after, I think someone had forgotten to clean a certain area of my shop. Won't name the shop. But they were like, "Oh, James, there's a bunch of sports bras on the floor. Can you just go and sort them out for me, please?" I just remember just sat there and like,
I remember the good old days.
I was a rock star last night.
Different brass last night for
Hookers and coke. I mean, allegedly.
What about you, Steve? What's been your highlight so far then?
Gigs wise, I would say Southside is definitely up there, because you really felt like you're in a band, like they have a proper stage and everything. I would put it on a par with Komodo in Lincoln as well. That's a really cool place.
I don't know if you know much about. I'm assuming you must do. When the fuck does it open, man? I've tried to go there several times. It's just like, no, we're closed. I'm like,
so exclusive.
People are lying to me.
Tuesdays from 6, Fridays from 6, and then it's pretty much free reign on whether they've got any gigs on Thursdays or Saturdays or whatever.
I see. So it's a bit more like exclusive.
Open just for gigs.
That open mic nights, poetry night. They do a poetry night every like 2 weeks on a Wednesday, but yeah, no, it's like my regular. So best
How you never know when it's open.
Yeah,
Maybe you've been shadow banned or something.
There was some Black Mirror shit where I've had a chip installed. I go there and it's like, no, it's closed, but everyone's all there really.
We'll try, and I'm sure there's a reason for it. We'll try and hook you up if need be. I think he does. Mike, the guy who runs it, I think he does like key fobs and stuff. For cool. People to get in. I think he just wants it to be like a.
Did you? Did you like earn that? Yeah, like,
In a way-
It seems like he did.
In a way, oh, no,
he just
mate,
gave
I
me
felt
mine straight away.
what are you gonna do? Because I'll do.
Yeah, literally. I
Any,
think
you know.
now, like at the time, they went because I saw everyone else getting their fob. And I was going, "Where's my fucking fob? I've been buying pints here for the last year."
Been fobbed
off. Yeah, literally been fobbed off. And they went, "Oh, just ask." I was like,
Who'd have thunk it?
"Yeah." So finally been crowned my fob
Can you
now.
fill me in? What's this? A fob? What did you get?
So-
Because I'm not clued up on that.
Right, bear with. Bear with me. Try and find it.
He's very
So, do you
proud
know
of his
about
fob.
Komodo?
Very is my.
No,
my
I don't know Komodo.
This is one of my national treasures for later. No. So literally, normally the door's locked and you normally have to duck your head in going, "Someone let me in, please." And then they open it from like a little buzzer behind the bar. So if you're a
Is
regular.
this in town?
Yeah. It's literally
I think I know this.
Do you know where the
It's
karaoke
like-
bar is?
Yeah.
It's like down the side
down
of
the
it.
cobbly stairs.
Oh.
So you can just go and just tap this on the side and then you're just straight in.
Do they just have that? Could you tap that fob right now and get in?
I don't. I've
Or
been.
is it like I'm guessing it's?
I've been tempted to try, but as I want to stay in his good books, I think I'll.
That's why I would have mine taken off me pretty quick. I'm like, it's all right, I've got a fob.
Yeah.
Come with me, come with me.
Love the place.
Yeah. Help yourself, lads, help yourself.
Lock-ins on me, boys.
For me, it'd be just like another thing to lose, to be honest.
So what sort of inspirations are you like drawing from?
Well, I've always been into like indie and rock music, and when I started writing songs, I honestly was just making it up. I reckon subconsciously, I was just channeling all these influences that I had. I like rap music as well, and I think it all just kind of came together. But over time, it's taken a bit more shape, and I think where what we're doing falls, it's kind of like alternative, punk, indie. And yeah, for me, I really like lyrics, and I always just found a lot more meaning in indie music. There was just something about it that spoke to me. So to me, like indie and rock music, it's kind of like a religion almost. And I think it figures into my personality and my attitude and the way I sort of carry myself and that kind of thing. Yeah, for me, music is like a big part of my life. But I think main influence is probably, I think we don't sound like them, but I'm really like influenced by the Pixies. I like Arctic Monkeys. In more recent times, I've got into Idols.
Yeah,
man.
I think
my
that's
favourite bands, man.
that was one of the resonance that I got from listening. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like, Idols was like, especially their Ultra Mono album. Is it Ultra Mono?
Yeah.
The one like that was like the anthem of lockdown for me. I remember just being in my garage, all angry, and we're like, "Yes, that's it. Get it. that's yes. Put me on a bit of that. Correct.
Forest fucking roller six.
That's one of my favourite bands, the Idols. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they've got their own thing going on. Another band that people mention who I've started listening to since people have mentioned them to us is Amyl and the Sniffers.
Yes.
What a great
Yeah.
name.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, so good.
they're really good. So yeah, I think the stuff that we've released up to now, for the most part, with the exception of a song maybe called National Hero, which is a bit more of a departure from the rest of it, I think those songs kind of are quite angsty, quite gritty. And I think the reason why is when I first started writing songs, like a lot of us in life, I probably had a bit of angst in me from the past, trauma that we all go through in life, things that happen. And I think it sort of manifested itself through that. And I think that's why those songs are what they are. It's not to say that I was unhappy then, because I wasn't, but I feel like maybe the whole lockdown thing, it just stopped the world. So I had a moment to like just take stock of everything, and then it just started coming out kind of thing. But these days, I want to try and write things that are a bit more happy-go-lucky, and a bit more about like the melody, rather than the lyrics. The lyrics are still important, but yeah, more recently I've been coming up with things and riffs and chord structures and whatnot that, in a way, in essence, there's like a pop element to it.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, we're going in a bit. Currently, we're going in a bit of a different direction, I would say. I'm into bands like there's a band not many people know. They're called The Drums, and I love them. And then like the Beach Boys.
Yes.
So it's completely different to like your Idols, Amel and the Sniffers and all that. That's not to say we're not going to go back to other stuff, because there's other songs that are like that. But I don't think that this band has to necessarily be one thing or the other. It's basically
that's a good attitude to have.
We're going to go Hungarian folk next.
Yeah, that's what we need.
Mongolian throat singing.
Swinging. No, that's always good though, isn't it? That you're not consigned to one thing. Like, I suppose we did it before when we debated getting the studio and getting rid of the green screen and everything else, and we was very much like, well, that's our thing. Like, do we get rid of it? And then we chatted about it for ages, didn't we? And then it was like, I think we need to just do it and see how it goes. But yeah, you need to be able to kind of chop and change all over and see what takes you where, doesn't it?
Yeah.
They just try different things.
I think it shows a progression from yourself, because you're creative and music's the thing where you express yourself. It shows the progression and growth as you as a person as well. There was so Joe Talbot from Idols.
Yeah,
I saw an interview with him. I think I told you about this a while back. And the song "My Town" he did with Mike Skinner, great song. But he says he don't perform it live anymore, because he says back then he's angry, and a lot of the words from it, and it, even though we see it as a great song, what that meant to him and how that he expressed that song, he was like, I don't like singing it anymore, because at the time of the emotions that you feel with it, and you link that music to your emotions at times, and it's like Toby said from a previous guest we had on, it takes you back to that nostalgic sort of time. But it's also good to sort of see the timeline and see where you've come from and how that's adapted, and how your creative sort of juices have changed over time. So it's I don't really have a question.
It's all gone.
Yeah, a big thing that we said, didn't we? We've debated, like, which is, I assume is the same as you guys, where it doesn't really matter the sort of the bells and whistles, or whether you're this genre, that genre, what you're doing, as long as you guys are enjoying what you're doing is the important thing. Like we've always said, haven't we? Like, people probably reluctantly tune in for us. Like, it doesn't matter really what our backdrop is, our marketing is. Obviously, all that shit fucking matters annoyingly. Yeah. But the bottom line is we enjoy doing this.
Yeah.
Is that the same for you guys?
Yeah, it's kind of like this is the vehicle through which you're, expressing your personalities. It just so happens that you're doing it through a podcast kind of thing. Yeah. So for some reason, Top Gear is coming into my head. Like Top Gear, the show, it became more about the car, more than just about the cars. Yeah. That was almost secondary.
And a large amount of their audience weren't tuning in to know anything about cars.
And the sort of like the proof of the pudding was when they tried to do, not to knock the other guys in the shows since, but it just didn't have the same effect. Not the same. No, and it was because it was the people.
The format was the same, but the people changed.
Ultimately, James, Richard, and Jeremy. They are, unfortunately, Top Gear, aren't they?
Yeah. Funny you mentioning Top Gear, because literally this morning on my For You page, I was getting recommended best Top Gear intro compilations, where it's like, tonight, James May says hi to a cow, and like Richard buys a sandwich, and it's like a 10-minute compilation of just all of that from the best ones they've done.
The fact that they've like monetized and made that successful is lunacy as well, because that is genuinely like where they've gone. And it's like, no, it's a car show. No, it's not anymore.
I tell you what, you brought a point up there a minute ago as well about sort of like all this stuff sort of matters. Like, I think what it is, because like I said, people tune in for what you want to do. But unfortunately, to make a career out of it, it needs to sell, doesn't it? So you have to
do the don'ts.
You have to do the don'ts and wrap this product in something which will sell. But you do that in order to carry on doing your thing you love full time. Do you know what I mean? You have
Yeah.
to do those little things to carry. You know what I mean? Nobody wants to do like a 9 to 5. Everybody wants to do what they want to do and express themselves all of the time. But to get there, you've got hurdles to jump in.
Long
I
way
have
to the
another
top. If you want to rock and roll, as AC/DC says.
It is a long way to the top if you want a sausage roll.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Shall we get into the bulk of some of the Utopia stuff?
Go on then.
Yes. So, right, this is all a bit. It's always a mumbo jumbo section anyway. But pet peeves and good vibes. What have you got? I love it when the phone comes
James has-
out.
James has
Let's
got a
got the list. Fucking
Oh, yeah,
love
I've
a
got-
list.
I've got quite a few. So,
Yeah.
Go on, Em.
like, right. So, first of all, right, before I go into this one, I just want to say my manager is lovely. He is brilliant. It's not nothing to do with him, it's to do
Contractually
with previous jobs.
Right, okay.
But toxic managers, fuck them cunts, man.
Yes.
So,
Ding, 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 ding.
In the bin.
God, you know, the ones that just will not, like, that think you're not allowed to have a life outside of work, where they want you at their fucking beck and call every fucking waking hour, even unwaking hour, just want you at your home fucking crawling in a ball, waiting, craving for the next shift. No, you can't go on holiday. No, you can't go and do this. No, you can't do that. Just fuck
Texting
off.
you on your day off.
Yeah, oh,
And
God.
it-
don't get me
Rewarding
started.
you with overtime.
Yeah,
That's the
it's
good
like,
one.
oh,
Oh,
shit.
Thank you.
isn't
Oh,
it?
thank you, Master. Thank you.
so much.
That's what I think.
The benefit of
what
those
job
jobs.
did you do?
I worked in retail for a long time. Yeah,
It's
I've had a bunch of those. Yeah.
You see some of the managers, and you look at them, and you can just tell they peaked in secondary school.
Yeah.
They missed like
That's
the
their
power.
top, isn't it?
Yeah, they missed being that one little shit at the back of the class, like shouting random stuff. So they're like, oh, let's see if I can control a bunch of other cretins. Literally, they're doing like one of three things now. The people that peaked in school, they're either retail managers, working in call centres, or on Facebook moaning about how their baby daddy's not seeing them enough. Like,
PCSOs.
I was going to
Yeah.
say police officers. Yeah, some of them become police officers.
Yeah.
They're power trippy. Yeah,
Yeah,
No,
just
I
like,
think them sort of level, they're more traffic warden based, aren't they?
Traffic warden.
'Cause it's like, you know, it's not full power, but it's like, I've got a fucking notebook and I'm not
It's the
afraid
fact
to use
they've
it.
gone with the
Yeah.
thing, innit?
Yeah.
They have to have the hat and the full gear to be like, I need things to make me look more important. Other people are just going to take the piss.
I saw a thing on Mock the Week the other day talking about traffic wardens being like, dickhead, fucking dinner ladies have more authority than you.
They have a hat though.
That's
they
it.
do.
That's them sort of people, them managers, like you say, they're just trying to relive the, like, they were lunchtime monitors, weren't they, at school? They were like, oh, fucking give me some more power. I fucking love that. Telling people when they can have their dinner or not.
Oh, everyone was terrified of the dinner bids at our school.
Yeah.
Everyone.
They had genuine, they're like, with the dinner, well, we call them dinner biddies at our school.
Yeah.
It was ever so respectful.
Yeah, dinner bids.
We called ours Pigeon. Yeah, she was called Pigeon. I can't really remember. I think she looked like a pigeon. We kept it away from her.
Where's in secondary school? They used to have the dinner bids. They used to hunt in pairs, and there'd be like 6 pairs, and they would like wander. It was quite a big secondary school,
Yeah.
but they would wander through the buildings, make sure you're not doing anything you shouldn't.
Yeah,
and,
or in
you'd
the wrong rooms.
You'd be doing something stupid, and then you'd see them come. There was like fucking like the witches. They might as well swoop in on broomsticks.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and then you'd see them come flying around the corner, and you'd be like, "Fuck, the dinner bids are here! Run!"
There was always like a mutual respect though for them. Like, you know, the sort of ladies that you're like, you've seen things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like Nan vibes.
There were people who were like, you know, they'd earned that power.
Yeah.
They were like, they would come to the interview.
gone through the trenches.
Yeah, and they're like, no, I've dealt with some shit.
They're
in
all
my time.
they're all drill sergeants, aren't they? You're like doing whatever you're doing, and then they come fucking stomping in the corner, and you're just like, "Yes, drill sergeant!"
There's a comedian that had a joke about dinner ladies, though, saying they knew when it was going to rain.
Was it Peter Kay?
Was it Peter Kay?
Yeah, it's spitting.
Spitting. Yeah, they knew, didn't they? That's fucking true. They did. They always
Got
knew when to
weird
get
sense
you
for the rain, haven't they?
Yeah.
in.
Yeah.
You smell it.
They're at one with the water.
I always get them confused with cows, and they're like, if you
You see a dinner lady sitting down.
you see a dinner lady laid down in the playground, it's about to rain.
But rain there where dinner ladies are all laid down, aren't they? All them kids standing up, they don't know what's coming.
Why are they in that grass?
And why are them cows in that school?
Yeah, I think we can send toxic managers. Is there any more you want to add to your current manager?
I do, but I don't want to feel like I'm stealing Steve's thunder. So
don't if you need to get some stuff off
This is just on the manager front. We'll move on to a different thing.
okay.
Yes, Steve, about this management.
The people's small town syndrome. So like, I've been in bands and projects before where the thought of playing outside of Nottingham or Lincoln, they just shit their pants, and they just can't. But that's a bit far.
It's an hour down the road.
Yeah, I know.
Why has distance got to do with it?
I know. I don't know why people like their little bubbles,
isn't it?
Yeah.
It's comfort zone. They'd rather play to a pub of 20, 30
their mates.
friends that like
People they know.
Everyone's singing the song and it becomes a part of it, which is great. That's where you start. That's where you grow, isn't it? But they would rather stick with that than take the risk of someone going, "You're a bit crap." Or shit. I mean, which people are entitled to that opinion if they want, but it's hard to put yourself into them. Like,
in my opinion, if you're not pissing people off, you ain't doing it right.
Yeah.
I think you've taken that too far, too literal.
Oh, you're on about.
You want to fight? I'm about fuck off. How do you feel about that, Jack? You've not really done the tour stuff, have you?
No. I've always, as I said, we weirdly touched on this last week, I think. I've always wanted to do like bandy, music-y kind of stuff.
You ain't got any room for him?
I've jumped into a few sort of little projects for you, and I've done some rapping. A bit of rapping on that.
Why are you looking at me?
Wrote some words.
He's showing off. He's trying to impress Uncle David.
Got one of them. Did a bit of rapping.
Maybe we could get you on like a guest vocal.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
My problem is, right, this is what I was saying the other day, right? I feel like if I tried and practiced, I could do quite well at actual singing.
I think
Also, I like the rapping element. I would love to like do a bit of something.
You wrote a few bits for my old bands.
My main problem is I have absolutely zero confidence.
Well,
I know I do all this, but
where
this
beer
doesn't.
comes in.
That has people in it. I can't see any of them.
Yeah.
When the people are there going,
You're going to be
Do
shocked
it.
when we do a live show.
exactly. Well, that'll probably work 'cause it's talking. It's not like me going.
opposite.
Me going. I've got a talent. I mean, I could maybe do it now because this podcast has helped me tremendously with regards to just general confidence in life. I've gone from suffering with anxiety and being sick every time I get to an airport to I can now I just feel sick when I go to the airport.
It was never right after 9/11.
No, exactly.
God. You don't have any worry about the live show anyway, because let's be honest, I will commandeer it and I'll just act like Robbie Williams at the front of the stage.
Yeah,
So.
and I'm just used to it being shit now. So,
What, you?
no, just the show.
Oh, okay. Thanks, mate. Thanks. Yeah, thanks. Yeah.
I'm just like, if you don't like it, fuck off.
All right. Okay.
Yeah,
You tell
I'm bothered
you
no
tell
more.
if you ain't pissing people off, you ain't doing it right.
World of
But yeah.
emotions. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think a lot of the time with stuff like that, the thought you build, because if you haven't done something until you do it, right, creates anxiety. But then the anxiety is what you perceive it's going to be and how it's going to go. And I imagine, like, before you guys did a gig, the idea of what it was going to be was probably more nervous when you actually did it. You were like, oh, that wasn't exactly how I thought it was going to be. And that was, now I've done it, there wasn't as much to be nervous about.
Yeah, I think if you ever want to start performing, I think both from mine and Steve's experience from doing solo acoustic guitar stuff, best way to start is open mics.
Yeah.
Literally just sign up week or whatever before, and normally 9 times out of 10 when you're doing open mic nights, there's only a few people actually watching you. Everyone else is just chilling, having a drink, chatting. So you're almost like in the background, like background music. So it's like you gain experience from playing 2 people, but not all of them are latched on you.
Yeah, people are just there.
Yeah, they're just there mingling.
I can totally relate, and I think that's a very good point. And if you want, come with us, like to Lincoln.
There's an actual thing now.
Challenge to you to do it. I can relate massively. When I was a kid, I suffered chronically with anxiety. I don't mind saying I was afraid to leave my house. But I realised I needed to do something about it. I would say, like anything in life, if you really want to do it, I think you should just go for it.
Jump into it, yeah.
With the whole this whole music thing, this whole thing for us, it started because there was a day where I decided to go to an open mic, and honestly, as I was going to it, I wanted to do a U-turn, and I feel silly now because my life would be so much different. I wouldn't be sat here talking to you guys.
Yeah.
And it's because I just decided to do it, and I knew that I was going to be rubbish. I'm not saying I'm brilliant now, but like anything, you've got to do it, and you get better all the time, and you just keep turning up.
Keep grinding out.
So yeah, I think for you, you should pursue it.
Maybe give it a go.
I don't want to be the older brother that always kind of poo-poos plans.
Yeah.
I think that'd be a good idea for you, mate.
Yeah.
You do that. What I would suggest as a caveat, prepare something.
Don't just turn it with a guitar with no practice. Go, no, I'm an open mic guy now. How'd you do this?
You'd be surprised. There are some people out there that have like the opposite of anxiety, where they have zero filter and zero fucking conscience, so they will actually do that. And it's like, what are you doing?
Hey, I'm fucking talented. You can fuck up.
Zero. You're like, I'll do it, me.
Yeah, I will.
You can just like become a different, like version of yourself. Like another point to it is like, especially if nobody knows you, you've kind of got anonymity. There's no expectation. Right, It's sort of like...
Put on sunglasses.
Yeah.
This man can act though, as well.
Yeah, again, terrified.
Just
if you say, look, act a scene, I hate it.
Well, when you do it, just act as a rock star.
What,
Pretend you're an actor.
Yeah.
What else is on the list, on the pet pages?
Yeah, what else we got? They're good.
I'll do one more and then we'll go on to better, nicer things.
Yeah.
Battle of the Bands competitions.
Oh, I'm interested to hear about this because I have experience in this.
Is subjective and should not be a competition. I've done way too many fucking Battle of the Bands now in my time, where there will be a clear winner on the night. Like so there will always be one band above the other 5 or 6 that have played that night, and you think they've killed it. They are going to win, and you'll sit back waiting for their name to be announced. And it'll be someone it'll be like the shittest act that's been on that night.
Is that your opinion?
And yet, no, because there's been literally...
What he's saying is...
You saw
He thinks he should have won the Battle of the Bands one time. And he's chosen this platform to tell everybody about it.
I've been to some open mics where they'll announce the winner and people won't clap. They're like in shock. And they'll be like, what? And it's so fucking awkward.
Who decides the winner?
Like
normally,
judges,
right? So
it's a panel, isn't it? Because I have. As soon as you said that, I was nodding because when I was in a band years and years ago, we got beat by a girl that.
That was nothing to do with the show.
No, she was. She was
just got beaten by a girl.
We got beat by a girl who, it was a Titanic, and she was just like there, just God bless her.
Yeah,
but it was out of tune and this time. So it wasn't the actual, but she got the sympathy vote, and we was like, oh yeah, this is not.
It's always hard to talk about them sort of things when you haven't won. You know, because I've been in that situation, and everyone's like, "Oh, you think it?" I was like, "Not that I think I should have won. I think that."
No, it wasn't even my band that was best.
Do you know what I mean?
There was a band that was a clear winner. It wasn't even my band. It was like they were shit up better than us, and they're clearly going to win. And it was like, no, the girl who was like fucking 7, and she sung it out of tune. Like, oh, she's trying to give her, and it's I mean,
is there a nod to that in School of Rock in the film?
Oh yeah, because I think didn't fucking No Vacancy win it?
Yeah, and they were like, no.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, that's like the most accurate part of that whole film. Like,
the child abductions,
it's really
like smooth over that.
Child abduction aside, and getting about 2,000 people to turn up on a weekday afternoon. It's pretty spot on.
It must be like 2:30.
It's like 2:30,
and it's full like scale production as well. It's not even like you win £300.
What I like is when they get the little kid who's like meant to be the lights guy, and he goes, just go to the desk and just program it. who let him through the desk? The security had been like, hang on, who's let this fucking kid down here? It's really good. Triple A.
I was like, because School of Rock is one of my like all-time favourite films. It's like a go-to. But when you start noticing those plot holes, you're like he committed fraud. He impersonated a teacher. He's got no qualifications, and then he abducted the children. And the parents turned up and went, "Oh, they are pretty good." So yeah, fair enough.
Go on then.
Oh,
I'll tell you what, because they're good, we'll let them go to your house.
Yeah.
The real unsung hero of that film was the promoter. Like, he managed to get all them people there on the weekday.
Yeah.
But, oh man.
Well, you had a similar thing in that one. What was that? Was it Battle of the
Live and
Bands?
Unsigned.
Live and Unsigned.
We actually lost to
Yeah.
a band called the Lottery Winners, who were doing really well.
Oh,
now.
yeah.
But I think what happened with them is I think they actually went on to win the whole thing. So I came second. But I think it was because it's like a bit of a fucking money spinner.
It's all to do with
fucking bullshit.
I think it's basically just farming bands, really.
Oh, yeah, I think...
It's very much like who can we make do well?
Yeah, I think one of the great examples, I did one competition with my other band where they were like, 30% of the vote goes to the crowd, so bring all your friends, people.
Yeah, sell these tickets.
Yeah, promoted it to fuck. Brought like literally nearly our entire friend circle there. And like pretty much the 90% of the pub was pretty much our friends. And we all thought, right, we got this. And then...
Sorry, carry on, bud, yeah.
Sorry, yeah. Then it went that, and then they went, right, the judges are going to make their decision on the vote. And everyone's there going, what about us? Why have we voted? And and then literally, like, luckily my friends are nice, but literally when they announced like the one band that no one expected to win, everyone just kind of like,
Yeah.
Okay.
oh man.
Yeah, we had that where, like, I mean, the band I was in didn't deserve to win and go through.
I think they did on that occasion.
I think they did maybe on that.
Based
But we
on
wouldn't have
that
won
gig.
the whole competition.
No, but based on that gig, I know I'm biased because I'm your brother, but looking at everybody else that was there, the Lottery Winners were very good.
Yeah,
Don't get me wrong,
and they are a really good band.
And they are. I think they are a lot better now. But based on that performance and how you, or like kind of who got the crowd more kind of pumped and moving around and more response from the venue, you was fucking miles ahead of anyone.
Yeah, because
everyone who didn't know you was dancing, was singing, was jumping around the stage, like everything.
That's what it's about.
Thanks, that's one of the nicest things you've ever said to me. I was in a minute to reflect on that.
Yeah, everybody else, everyone was just kind of like, yeah, it's all right.
Because at the end of the day, you put your music out on Spotify and everything. The whoever wins, you can see it's got more views, it's got more listens. That's where you get the rankings for it.
Yeah.
If you got Battle of the Bands, that's who can put on the best entertaining show. Do you know what I mean? For that category,
It's a whole package, isn't it? It's not just the music.
100%.
But that's where we was kind of sold short a little bit with that Live and Unsigned, because the Lottery Winners are a Manchester band. It was like the semi-final or whatever. It was held in Manchester, and it was all done on public vote, as in people from the crowd voting and casting their vote. So we organised for like a coach load of people to come from Boston and Lincolnshire all the way to Manchester. All the Lottery Winners had to do was go, do you want to come down the road?
Yeah.
Just pop out. Do you know what I mean? So
context,
already you walk in there, we've bought a coach load, so we're like, well, at least we've got a fighting chance. But it's this massive venue.
It was a full coach as well, wasn't it?
On the other side of things as well, talking about like votes and stuff, what I was going to say earlier, was, you know, when you said, it's 30% of the votes are from the public. When you analyse that, right, that means nothing.
Yeah.
Because if 30% of the people go, we want this band, let's go, well, we got 70% majority vote. Haven't we?
Yeah, you're completely
Come bring us loads of tickets and we'll decide.
Yeah, cheers for your beer money, Crimea River.
Yeah, there you go.
Thanks, mate.
Well, I think you should be proud of yourself. I would, sort of meditate on the positives from it. I think Battle of the Bands, I think they have the place, but it depends on which Battle of the Bands it is. Like, you can encounter bias, wherever you go in life, can't you? I think to some extent, life is like a competition. I think my problem in life is I'm so laid back I don't want to compete with anyone.
Yeah.
And whenever I like have issues with people in life, it tends to be because they're like more competitive than me, and I actually just don't care. It's like
that is better, man.
It's like just you go and be competitive if you like. I'm quite happy as things are.
Yeah.
Just leave me out of it.
Yeah.
But they kind of want to have that back and forward with you.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, yeah, leave me alone.
I think from all the bands I've done, there's only been one where I've genuinely enjoyed and just didn't care that I lost, which was last summer. My other band, we did Lincoln Tattoo Con at the showground.
All right, yeah.
That was so much fun because it was just a fun day out. You're in the showground, the fuckload of beer tents. You're in like not the countryside, but a field, and it's just all your friends' bands. And because of like a couple of the bands we were quite friendly with anyway, they were like genuinely friends of us from the scene. We all just sat and drank all day. So we were just like, whoever wins, it's fair game. But some of the other ones in the past, like everyone else in it, like you try and chat to them, and they'll just put the blinkers on, like I'm in it to win it. And it's sort of like
no need for
Those
that,
people
is
are
there?
having less fun though. I can
Yeah.
guarantee it. At the end of the day, the whole
music
battle
shouldn't be
thing.
a sport, should
No,
it?
the battle thing. Realistic one, it's comparison in it. Any sort of competition, but realistically, it's about everybody embracing everyone else's music.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's not a battle of the bands. It's a fucking festival.
It's
Isn't it?
not
Really.
a battle to the death, is it?
No, exactly. And at the end of the day, if you get this tunnel vision and you don't embrace other people's musics and those people that think they know it all and refuse to, repel other people's sort of creativity and be like, no, mine's better.
Yeah.
They're going to go fucking nowhere.
Oh yeah.
to be honest with you.
Like,
How would you guys feel like when it comes to like music awards? What's your sort of thoughts on that?
oh, sorry, Steve. You wanna...
Brits and I don't know what do they do? Mobos. I don't think you would apply for a
Yeah,
Mobo, maybe. But
No, I don't think so. Not at this level.
I think my stance on it is the same stance that Jake Bugg has. Because Jake Bugg did an interview with Graham Norton many years back when he first burst on the scene, and Graham was like, "Oh, it's the big one, Grammys. That was it." He was like, "Oh, you're nominated for a Grammy," and Jake's like, "Yeah." Like, "Oh, but come on, Jake, you want it. You're gonna want to get a Grammy, won't you? A nice shiny thing." He's like, "Doesn't matter whether I win or lose. I'm still gonna be touring the world doing what I love." So he was like, trophy's just gonna fill up my mantelpiece. It's just gonna clutter up my house. Like,
in it. Like I kind of, in a small percentage, understand that I've made that achievement, but the achievement is music. And I can't remember who it was. There's a quote I had seen by some sort of philosopher, and he said, "Any sort of art you create, soon as you put it out, in any regard, successful." Because you've decided that I'm happy to show this to the world. Anything you do, as soon as you put it out, it becomes successful.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, it's about doing what you love in it, like you say. And I would argue the Grammys and all that sort of thing. Yes, it's the music industry, but what we was talking about earlier, it's the product. It's everything. It's the extra, what we was on about, the bits you have to do.
It's fugazi.
It's not fucking real, mate. It's all the bells and whistles, which isn't really the main thing of why you should want to do it.
Yeah, I suppose when you go to a music show, it's not. You don't just go. They don't literally just like for your gigs, for example. People don't just turn up, listen to you, literally just go, "Yeah, we're going to play this one. See you later."
I think
Like there's lights, there's sound, there's the environment of the crowd that's come, there's the level that they're at of pissedness. Like is enough to as to whether people are going to dance or not. Like it's finding that thing that they're not just pissed up knobheads, but they're like, "Oh no, I can have a bit of a jig to this." Like, you know what I mean?
I think to me, like you were saying, just doing the thing is an achievement. I think just carrying that idea out. For me, it's more about the song, and I just let it be what it is, if you know what I mean. And there's certain songs that I've written, I think, oh, that could be a bit controversial or a bit cutting, and I've sort of almost been in two minds about releasing them, kind of thing. But I think you just need to let it be.
100%, mate.
What it
It
has
is
to
be interpreted, isn't it?
Yeah.
In whatever way.
Yeah.
If people find that.
I think you need to sort of get out your own way and just just do it sort of thing.
100%. You need to have confidence in yourself. It's rich coming from me. Fucking, again, same crippling anxiety. But, like, you need to have confidence in the fact that you are going to piss people off because you can't keep everyone happy. If you are keeping everyone happy, you're tailoring what you think you need that product to be for other people to like it. And then you end up not liking it as much. Because we had it all, didn't we? Back in the day, we was like, what do you think people are going to see? What's going to do well for the product? What's going to get us the career?
Yeah.
And then you start, I suppose it's the term selling out, innit? And then you're not having as much fun, and you can probably get a career out of doing that. But I can guarantee you will be having more fun doing this than somebody that's real high up. It's fucking like, I've got no soul in it left.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Lost sight of what they're actually doing.
Yeah, I think enjoyment and authenticity are big things.
Yeah.
I think it's important. You've got to have the like business aspect to it, but I think if you get too caught up in that to where like you're just not enjoying it anymore. There was times in this band where I thought to myself, am I actually enjoying this?
Yeah.
And I'd be stood on a stage and I'm like, I'm not enjoying this. It's moved on since then, otherwise I won't still be doing it.
Yeah.
And I think you do have ups and downs in whatever you're doing in life.
Yeah.
But I think obviously if you don't enjoy it for long enough, you need to just think, is this what I really want to be?
Well,
doing?
I said at the start of this year, didn't I? I just quite openly said, like, look, if we don't make it, but like, if something good doesn't happen this year, I'm out. I'm done.
So we're a 2-man band for next year.
Yeah.
And so, as
Sod's Law-
most people will know, Jack's not here next week.
Yeah.
Holiday again. He's on holiday. So.
Yeah.
He's on holiday.
No, I'm actually on holiday next week, if I haven't mentioned it.
We'll do a quick good vibe, if that's cool, and then we'll move on to National Treasure.
Yes. For good vibe, I'm going to say rock bars.
Yeah.
There's not enough of them. They keep fucking shutting down. They're just not only like, I'm being a bit selfish because they're my favourite thing to go to, but I think they're a staple that is really severely needed for individuality in this country.
Accent clean.
So, the prime example would be before COVID, there was this great rock and metal bar in Grantham called the Castlegate. And pretty much anyone who was deemed weird or fucking odd or goth or whatever, who didn't feel welcome in any other pub in the area would go there. That is where the sort of like misfits would go and hang about because that was the only place that would like accept them. So
I love
like,
them sorts of places.
Yeah, we are like
Very welcoming, aren't they? That's where the term alternative comes from, out of the mainstream.
Yeah,
I could agree.
and it's weird because like you still get the odd gammon here and there shouting goth. And, like, I'm
I
sorry.
sometimes do that because I don't hear it enough anymore.
Yeah.
I just like to just put it out into the ether.
I like the word gammon, mate.
Yeah.
I heard that one for a long time.
Yeah.
I've never heard that. I'm going to start fucking
Yeah.
introducing that into
Did a
my
song
lexicon.
called Gammon.
Yeah,
Do a song called gammon.
yeah. Oh god, I think it's because I was watching a football commentary video the other day and someone called a bunch of fans of that team a bunch of Brexit gammons, or it was either Brexit gammon or Reform gammon, one of the two.
Yeah.
But
It's mad how you kind
Well,
of
that's slow cook
you
gammon.
see them and you go,
Yeah.
oh, I get it. Yeah, they are gammon.
It doesn't
really
need explaining, does it? It's just like,
Big
that is what it is.
Yeah.
That's what you are.
Yeah.
You're a gammon.
yeah, and it's
Usually it's any typical Brit in Spain, isn't it?
yeah.
Is
Any Spain, that doesn't matter whether they're middle-aged, young, whatever.
Yeah.
If they're young, they got the stony badge and the pit bull. If they're old, they got the fucking skinhead and the fucking yeah,
Veneers, aren't they?
yeah.
Union Jack shorts.
Yeah. Like, oh god, like literally, like 2 weeks ago, I was in Boots and like there was a Lincoln City game on, and just someone from one of the other teams just saw me and went, "Oh, could you lend us a hair, mate?" I was just like, although that was quite funny. Although I give him that, it was just sort of like, I don't.
No.
You
Shut the fuck up.
I was gonna
People
say,
feel they need to say it, don't they?
Yeah.
And it's like you don't have a relationship or a rapport built with that person. So he's doing that to
Make you
make
feel
him.
comfortable.
yeah, it's like you don't see me ripping the piss out your shit mum tattoo. Like you had like a fucking
Why didn't you?
generic.
I'd be straight back.
I just Boots, and it was Saturday afternoon, and I didn't want to. I
You
didn't
got
want
to
to
be
get.
respectful in Boots.
Yeah, it was like a packed out Saturday afternoon. I was like, I can't be asked for this. But it was a fucking
Just easier as well, isn't it? Often as well, in situations like that, if you do clap back. It's more shit, innit?
Yeah.
I would have just loved the fact if you did actually retort with, I don't take the piss out of your shit mum tattoo.
Yeah.
Because, the irony in that's lovely, innit?
Yeah. I think what was the worst? The last really bad tattoo I saw was on a middle-aged gentleman's back, big bald gammon.
Cover your arms, John.
No. There's nothing like. And on his back, I don't know if you've seen it online. It's been memed quite a bit. He had a back piece that said, "On the 8th day, God created Manchester." And it's just like,
I kind of want that. I don't follow football, and if I did, it wouldn't be Manchester.
Yeah. I don't watch football, but like I have a load of friends that are obsessed with it, and I'll go to their house and they've got it on, and I'm just like, oh my, like people are obsessed. Like it's like a fucking addiction.
It's a cult, mate.
Yeah, I like.
I fell out of love with football because of the fans.
I like watching all the pundits that are all suited and booted that were former players getting really into it, like so emotionally invested.
Gary Neville's great. I think Gary Neville's funny.
What do we think to the Gary Lineker thing?
What's that?
He's been sacked, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Why? Run out of crisps.
No, he tweeted. Not from Walkers, from BBC. 'Cause he does match
How
of the
they
day,
never
doesn't
got
he?
him on Quavers ads on.
I was gonna say I can't remember any of their names, but I just remember seeing them get so invested in it.
I get where you're coming from.
Gary Lineker's that one.
Yeah, that one.
I get where you're coming from because I've never understood it as football as a sport. I get it. It's be passionate about something sporty and get involved with it. And yeah, passion's good.
Like I'm a UFC fan, but I don't go around being like,
being like
Turn
this.
up in your trunks and your gloves.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Like, go on, mate.
Shama, Alex Pereira.
Can't believe you support Chuck Liddell, you prick.
Yeah.
I'm going to
even
beat you
that.
up because you support the other team. I never got that. Like, why are we fighting?
Think
Us as John Jones fans, but
but I always think it's kind of weird when people, you know, and like if their team loses, they'll start crying and they're that emotionally invested. I'm like, it's a fucking game, mate. They're batting a ball into a net. Like that's it. No, that's all they're doing. And people are like, oh, we've lost. You haven't, mate. You're not in the team. Same way you haven't won. All right.
I used to
eating too many crisps on the sofa with Gary Lineker, aren't you?
I used to love football. It used to be my life when I was a kid. But I'm more a fan of playing it, not so much talking about it.
Oh, yeah.
And I feel like it's kind of unhealthy when you hear people who that's the whole life. I don't think there's anything wrong with being passionate about something, but if it's literally the whole be all and end all, and their complete emotional state depends on the result of a game. I think
they ain't got much going on, are they?
I think you need to like.
For that, but
for me personally, I think get some other interests, like broaden your horizons.
My team lost, we're going to beat all the misses. It's her fault.
That's a sport I can get behind.
Wow.
To be fair, I am a Crystal Palace fan now, though.
yeah.
Glory on her.
I loved seeing them. Like, I'm against that. I like seeing fans cry. I do. But
the other team,
I think you've got a big point. Like, get some other. If it's just that, and that's your life, I don't think that's. I don't think it's right.
I don't think that's healthy for anything.
I don't think it's healthy.
That's why I'm glad I got music and martial arts in like the same realm, because like obviously I'm always going to be more obsessed with music because I do it and I know I'm all right at it. Like I can't fight for shit, but but like if I see my favourite fighter get like flatlined in 20 seconds, I'll feel a bit shit for a day, but then I wake up and it's just like, all right, when's the next one?
you realise you're not that fighter. You're laughing. You're like, oh well, I do music and actually, that guy.
Make it into a song.
Talking about pet peeves, those things we hated. I mean, pet peeves are good vibes. We're on a good vibe.
Good vibe is a rock bar, That's where it started.
I fucking hate this. I hate it. That was great, but I hate it.
I feel like you weren't supposed to be here. But Steve got the thing and then said, I've got to moan about something. James, what are you doing? Don't come with me.
The thing, like, I'm a lot. But normally with me and Steve's dynamic, I'm a lot more angry about stuff than he is, I'd say, for the most part.
Oh, you don't say.
Well, I didn't know that. I've just learned that about James.
You're getting P45 tomorrow, mate.
I think I don't know. Steve's a lot more upbeat and positive than me about.
He was like, "Fuck them guys."
Yeah.
You like magnets.
Yeah.
All opposite.
It is opposite ends of the spectrum, isn't it? You're like, I couldn't give a fuck, mate. Do what you want. It's like, I fucking hate everything.
Give me back my rubber!
Don't want guitar lesson.
It's gonna be them two when they get home. It's gonna be like, you know, in Anchorman, where it's like, that got out of hand. Yep, James killed a guy.
So, yeah, lads, did the podcast go all right? No.
Everything.
What podcast? I don't know what you're talking about.
So, National Treasure time.
Right.
So, National Treasure, for those that haven't watched or listened before or whatever, that is for the one thing you would champion within your utopia. So, it's like whatever you would have on in the museum. It could be a person, it could be a thing, it could be a snack, it can be whatever you want. What's the thing that you're championing in your utopia? Have you got one each or one together?
I think
A couple of different ones, yeah.
I've got a potentially really cheesy one, so maybe I'll get out of the way.
Love a bit of cheese. Go on.
The one that springs to my mind is like there's people out there in the world who, like, you know, people in emergency services and armed forces and stuff like that. And I feel like I understand why footballers and things, you know, they get paid millions because it's a business. But I just think it's a bit tragic that people like that don't necessarily get paid all that kind of money.
We had the pots and pans for them, didn't we? On the Thursday. Did that not sort it out?
What even real drums, was it?
Just, everyone went out on a Thursday, rattled the pans.
We
There
did
you
that
go.
once, and they're all getting paid £1 million now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
I'm
mortgages are paid off
I'm
now.
not saying I think they should be paid millions, but I just think maybe
I agree.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
just
just having
wage on what you can live now as a comfortable life for people that are saving lives. I think
Yeah.
you're bang on the money
I think
there.
like anyone in life who does something where they're serving someone else and putting that above themselves and their needs, I just think that should be centre stage. So if we were going to make statues of anybody in this utopian world, I think those are the people. And also, I'd want to keep sweets because I've got a sweet.
This is where money. Again, money's flawed because if paramedics and that and like the service industry like that got paid footballers' wages, everybody would do it, regardless of whether they wanted to do it or not, because they'll be thinking about the money. So I'm not saying don't pay them fuck all, but what I'm saying is, what's the incentive?
yeah.
The incentive is I want to genuinely help people.
Yeah,
That's it.
it's gotta
So
be,
like,
yeah.
it's not really a monetary
It's
thing.
really
It
hard
should
to
be
govern
like-
that, isn't it?
It's not. I
You
think,
end up
I
with
think
a
get rid
load
of
of
money.
paramedics that are there because they want that, and they're
Exactly.
that one's
It's-
dead
it's
and
a
all,
tricky-
that one's gone.
I tell you what, this is a better way of articulating it. We'd have like a filter whereby somehow, I mean, we've got AI and all that now, haven't we?
Yeah.
So surely they can make some kind of tool whereby you can tell whether somebody's genuine or not. And if they are, and they're doing something that's good, and they're not like necessarily noticed for it, and they're kind of like an unsung hero type of thing, or heroine, I think that's what you should shine a light on. Because I think there's a lot of people out there who just do stuff every day. You know, they might not be doctors or whatever. It's just by being kind to people. Do you know what I mean? So just in my world, these things would be,
We've
these
already got
values
it.
would be centre stage, if you know what I mean.
We've already got this lie detector test. Are you doing this to put your others' needs before yourself? Yes, liar. Get in the bin.
Is it the Jeremy Kyle lie detector that's apparently 90% accurate?
Oh,
Yes,
okay, yeah,
it's got that one, that very one. Yeah.
You know what's ironic as well?
That'd be-
is-
I'd
Weird. I went for a
champion
job interview for being a paramedic. They told me I'm not the father.
Right, let's go on. What's quite interesting to ponder, actually, I was thinking about that when, you know, we're saying about all the footballers that earn all the money and then all the people saving people's lives tend not to. It's kind of down more to the audience that is providing the viewership for those
really.
sports, innit? Because at the end of the day, we always say, pay him loads more. But if we all wanted to have, you know, Hobby City TV programs, all that, not Hobby City, the what's the ones where you see them actually in like real life, or like
24 hours,
traffic
mate.
up, all that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. If they were as big as football, they would be getting the money. Footballers would.
Yeah.
So actually, people say pay him more. It's like, well, why don't you watch more?
I'm championing that, mate. I think I am. I would go so far as to say I'm probably the biggest viewer of Cops ever. Every time, everyone has a go-to TV show, don't they? When they kind of like can't be asked to pick anything, just pop the TV on.
4 o'clock in the morning.
Just whenever, if ever it's just watch something. Whenever we sit down for tea, my wife always goes, "Are you doing anything, or are we watching something, or should I just put something random on?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm going on PlayStation after, so let's just put something random on." Every time I just need to put the telly on, so just the telly is on. It's always Traffic Cops. Done. Right, done. Traffic Cops, nothing to declare, or border security. That's it.
Come dine with me.
Come dine with me. Nice.
I do like a bit of come down with me.
Yeah.
I love seeing humans being awkward and
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
Through people's stuff.
That guy who loses it on there.
Yeah.
Big time.
Yes.
I forget his name.
You have all the grace and decorum of a reversing dump truck with no tyres on.
What a sad little
Take your
life,
money
Jane.
and get out of my house.
my friend made so much money from that, man.
Really?
He made t-shirts with him on.
Oh, wow.
Oh, is
Sad
that
little life
Swaz
thing.
Draws?
Yeah, he jumped on it straight away, and I think he was one of the first people.
My sister's got one of them of him.
Yes,
one of them t-shirts,
Sad
yeah.
little life, Jane, and he just fucking.
Hope it was worth it. Oh,
well, it's your national treasure, mate.
Yeah.
That sounds good. That's the only
fair play, 'cause
I like that.
Yeah.
I was like, my two are just fucking stupid. So.
Go on then. Yeah.
But, all right, first one is it's completely random and niche, but I'll explain the context. It would be my national treasure would be my copy of Spider-Man Miles Morales signed on PS4, signed by all 4 members of Bullet for My Valentine.
Fucking hell.
Well, you
Weird,
actually-
Yeah, it's not on me today, but so
Why? Is that all you had to hand when you saw them?
yeah, so basically,
Copy of Miles Morales.
just after lockdown, Bullet for My Valentine did a meet and greet in Nottingham. I was like, right, okay, and did my shift at work. Literally got changed, got the next train in Nottingham. So I had quite a bit of time to kill. So I went to Victoria Centre, and it had just recently been my birthday. So I was like, oh, I'll just have a bit of a spend up. Oh, Miles Morales, yeah. And then got in the queue for Bullet for My Valentine afterwards, got to the venue, and I was proper nervous because I started seeing people like having things to sign, and I was like, shit, I've not brought anything. And I was like, I can't just say hi and not, because I think you had to pay extra for it, I can't remember. But I was like, I can't just stand there and awkwardly just say hello. That'd be fucking weird. So due to me panicking under pressure, I just started looking through my bag I got in game, and I was like, fuck it. Spider-Man Miles Morales.
Did you just act normal with them, as if like that?
Oh yeah, like,
why wouldn't I?
So
bring
what?
that?
Well, the best part about it was the meet and greet was in a place in Nottingham called Rough Trade.
Right, yeah.
So went to the venue. So it's like a record store on the floor, and then like venue above.
It's almost as if it was inconvenient, and you didn't have anywhere where you could buy a Bullet for My Valentine record.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, I think you got gifted like a signed CD by them at the door as well. So that's another thing I got. But
I was going to get him to sign that then.
the signature's already there.
Right.
They're already there.
Oh, was that as you went out?
Yeah,
I would love to be a fly on the wall.
Yeah,
like,
no.
you need your own reality
So
show,
then,
mate.
what I did was, because it was above, like, it was near a bar, so I was getting quite nervous. So I was like, oh shit, these are my heroes. So I started like just drinking at the bar, and I got relatively tipsy. So literally, I thought if I just act like this is a daily thing, I'll just.
Now then, sign that, you cunts. Come on, get it. So
There you go, mate. So I was like, mate, Page, mate, have this, will you? And they're all Welsh. They're like, whoa, Spider-Man. That's wherever a spider can go on, son.
I thought you were autistic.
Would have been Jordan at the end. But they took pity on me, so I like, go on then, throw the kid a bone. But
I might take that to everything now.
yeah.
Copy yourself.
You need to do that.
Yeah.
If you ever go to, just always have one handy.
Yeah.
And if you meet any celebrity, like sign that.
Yeah.
And then you can get a full collection. Of else. What's that? Oh, that's my Spider-Man Miles Morales collection.
Yeah.
What I quite like is the fact you go, I've got the Miles Morales Spider-Man game signed buy all members of Bullet for My Valentine. Not all members of the original cast or something like that.
This is Click, signed by Will Smith.
Yeah.
On DVD.
Yeah. And then I think my one more one, which is like up there with one of my most prized possessions ever, I've got the director's cut of the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Okay.
It's, and I got it I got it around 10 years ago, or no, slightly older than that. Well, a bit before that, just after I turned 18. But yeah, I think it was around the time where the original Texas Chainsaw was still like in the top 10 of like most banned films in the country.
Did you get it from a meet and greet of Miles Morales?
No. I fucking wish.
Signed.
Yeah. And CEX had it for sale for £4, and they had no idea what they had on their hands. So
how much is that worth then? If you bought it for 4,
I don't know.
At least 5 now.
Yeah,
At least.
So I literally bought it and fucking ran 20 miles with it. So
It's sick that it made you run 20 miles. That's is that classed as doping?
oh dear, but yeah, no,
They're your two.
They're my two absolute.
That is cool. I like
They're the ones that represent me the most, just being fucking weird and random. So
Yeah, man.
that's sick. I
like it.
We
Yeah.
like that.
We like that.
Well, that takes us, boys, to the end of the show.
Oh no!
Marvellous.
Yeah. It flies by, doesn't it?
It does.
When
Time
we
flies
have
when you're having fun.
Thank you very much, guys, for coming on.
No problem.
Thanks for having us.
Fucking pleasure.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell everybody online, if you can remember, it'll be on the screen and that anyway, but where they can find you online and all that sort of jazz? Any promo, any plug-in, do it now. Go.
Sure. Our main hub is Instagram at Televised Mind Official, and we're on all of the other platforms as well. So yeah, feel free to check us out on there. And yeah, hopefully see you at a gig.
EP out 4th of July.
Yeah, 4th of
Yeah,
July.
and check out all the gigs and that. I'm hoping to get
Independence
down to one.
Day.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm assuming you did that for the Americans, I assume.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the market we're going for.
If there's one thing they wanted when they left England, it was a Televised Minds EP,
And
wasn't
you'll
it?
all be pleased to know they're all signed by Andrew Garfield.
Can we get a copy of the EP and then we'll sign it and then just give it away to someone who doesn't know either of us?
Yeah, we do have a copy for you, and we
sick.
got you some brought some t-shirts as well.
Oh, legend. Thank you.
Yeah, so yeah,
Sign them.
Sign it. Put it on eBay.
As this is our first band on, can we
Be in one of your music videos.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was
Yeah,
going to say.
that's
No, what I was going to say was track of your choice. Play out the episode with it.
Yeah. We can
Oh,
get that
sick.
sorted.
oh, that'd be really cool.
That's actually a good idea.
Yeah.
Go
Yeah.
on,
Put it
then.
on at the end.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. We won't say what it is because we'll chat and find out which one you want to put on.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we will be taking 100% royalties.
Yeah. We take 0% of the royalties of our show anyway.
Do we have a music license?
Yeah.
Yeah, can you just do an impression of your favourite song?
Play your song.
It's the one
Just
show.
ring roll
Right, yeah. I think that's everything, boys. But yeah, thank you very much again for coming along.
Pleasure as always.
Yeah, that has been Televised Minds. Working behind the scenes has been producer Vorney. I've been Junkie T. Thank you very much for coming along.
I've been Jack Magic. We'll see you on the flip side.
I've been the Permanent Trappy. Permanent as always. Cheers for coming. Sick.
And don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and all that jazz. Forgot about that bit. This has been the Utopia Project. Goodbye.
That was good, that.
That was lovely.
Welcome to Utopia, please make yourself at home.
It's the only place on earth where you can bitch and moan.
There's something here for everyone to make you feel quite great. Just as long as we've already let it through our gates. This is our dreamland, this is Utopia. Yet another little podcast for you. This is our dreamland, this is
funny that you care. All part of the master plan to let them know that I was there. Just did it to protect myself. You told your friends it wasn't fair. It ain't my fault you don't help yourself. Another verbal assault, I ain't got time to spare. Told me that I'm finished, used to say I was the one. Not a care in the world as she gives to the sun. Not getting what you want could be the best thing. Your comfort zone will kill you cause life is just a dream. say that I'm eccentric, arouse suspicion in the air. Tell me you're joking when you meant it. 1,000 lies while I ain't there. You hold on for tomorrow, deadly star extraordinaire. But I live for today, and in a way, if I stay, maybe everything will be okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Told me that I'm finished, used to say I was the one. Not a care in the world as she gets into the sun. Not getting what you want could be the best thing. Your comfort zone will kill you, this life is just a dream. Outside myself, it's like I'm watching someone else. Things that I don't want but need to know. You're too far gone, the lights are on. I try to see you but you can't show. Told me that I'm finished, used to say I was the one. Not a care in the world as she gets into the sun. You'll get what you want could be the best thing. Your comfort zone will kill you cause life is just a dream. Told me that I'm finished, used to say I was the one. Not a care in the world, find the place where I belong. You get what you want could be the best thing. Your comfort zone will kill you cause life is but a dream. I would be a national hero, now he's just another zero. I wanna be face, a disgrace in a place where all true greats have been.